One could say that Jason and his chocolate Labrador look like they're always together. They make a great team whether they're in or out of the military. The fact that Jason and Seela were at the point where they were about to be separated again never ceased to amaze him. They had been through so much together that he never anticipated not seeing her again. It's hard enough being apart from someone you care about, but in Jason's case, it wasn't just a dog he was going to miss. It was like leaving. It's easier to say than do, but when they had a chance to reconnect, they didn't want to miss the opportunity. Let's just say their story will warm your heart, proving love can transcend time and location. When Sergeant Jason Bowes was partnered with a chocolate lab overseas, it was love at first lick. While the Army usually discourages bonding with companion dogs, the rule usually was never followed. Unfortunately, after his time served was up, they both had to go their separate ways, but years later, something changed and the two old friends discovered they would both be reunited. Seela, the Labrador also known as CC, helped serve alongside Bowes in Iraq for 5 years. Together, they were a dynamic duo, and CC saw more in her life than most dogs ever do. But the question remained, would she remember her former friend? When Bowes and CC worked together, her job was to sniff out bombs and prevent dangerous situations on the front line. Thanks to her amazing sense of smell, CC had prevented soldiers from countless deaths over the course of her military career. Bowes revealed to News Channel 8 that CC had been around the world over the course of her military career. She had worked in Iraq, Germany, and even Kuwait. Even by military dog standards, she had seen more in her career than most dogs ever did. Unfortunately, in 2012, both suffered from an injury that would bring their relationship to an abrupt end. While Bowes was flown home, CC remained to continue with her duties. It broke Bowes' heart to return to Michigan without his best friend and partner, leaving him to wonder if he would ever see her again. Both revealed to the local media that despite his amazing relationship with CC, the protocol wouldn't allow for them to stay together. Therefore, the dog remained in Army custody. However, 2 years later, Bowes received some very unexpected news. It was revealed that CC was being retired from her duties with the armed forces, bringing a ray of hope to Bowes that they could possibly be reunited. While the dog returning to the United States was up in the air, Bowes refused to give up hope that they would see each other again. Thankfully, the American Humane Association and Mission K9 Rescue received word of Bowes and his attempt to reunite with his furry pal and decided to help. After some networking and petitioning on Bowes' behalf, it wasn't long before CC was on her way back to the United States. The morning of their reunion at the Chicago O'Hare Airport was one filled with excitement, but also anxiety.
Also, if you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these animal stories every day. Now, back to the story.
What if CC didn't remember her old pal? However, the moment he saw her and shouted her name, her pace quickened. Soon she was showering her former friend with kisses and an emotional reunion that had bystanders and tears. "I just went to the ground because I knew she was coming at me," Bowes said, "and I just called her name and it was awesome." It seems CC's memory was still very much intact. The local news described CC as an extraordinary dog whose skill set was unmatched. When asked if he had given his house a once-over due to her powerful sniffing skills, both laughed. He was so happy to have his best friend back. Together again, after years of separation, Bowes has no plans to make CC return to her working ways. Now he wants to just adapt to civilian life and give CC the retirement she deserves. This includes sleeping on the couch and an endless supply of treats. One of the things both looks forward to the most is traveling with no ties and his schedule wide open. He hopes to hit the road with CC and see the sights. It looks like those naps on the couch may have to wait just a bit longer, since settling in with her former friend CC couldn't be happier. The duo is completely in sync with one another, and CC even remembers all of her old commands from when they were working together. How cool is that? Even though she may remember all of her old commands, Bowes continues to reiterate that she will not be working moving forward. Now CC will focus on what she seems to enjoy doing the most, being a man's best friend. "My best friend," said Bowes. The story of CC and Bowes isn't the only military reunion that's happened either. Tracy McCurthan also was reunited with her dog Irby, who she was partners with during her time as a combat photographer in the U.S. Army. After Tracy returned home, puppy rescue missions stepped in to help her bring Irby to the United States. Unfortunately, as Irby was making his way back to the U.S., Tracy was deployed back overseas. Thankfully, it was a short time apart, and 67 days later, they reunited at Tampa International Airport. The precious reunion was caught on video as Irby showers his former partner in snuggles and kisses. According to Tracy, "I think the reason we're born with two hands is so we can pet two dogs at once." The response to these military reunions has been more than positive on social media. One user commented on the footage of CCS reunion, writing, "This joy is what they both deserve. Thank you for serving our country." The Irby dog story got tons of positive attention and many comments stating, "So glad you and Irby are both home safely. She is a beautiful dog. Thanks to you and other people who rescue such animals." Despite the odds, both Bose and CC were able to find their way back to one another. Now they plan to spend every moment together, excited about what the future has in store.